We like to drink with Izzy.
What are you doing?
I'm chanting.
Why are you doing it right now?
Because it's in the script.
But why at this second?
Well, because we're talking about... Oh, right, I'm just confused at this point.
At least wait for me to open my can.
Oh.
Lovely.
Weak. Oh, you got me in the first half there. My name's Pip.
And I'm Izzy.
And I want some of that drink, so I brought myself a glass. Shares.
Suit yourself.
Yeah. Friends share things.
Love a little bit of cider, a little bit of dark fruits.
Lovely.
ASMR. Ooh. Right. Don't get at my pouring. We'll
Right, that'll do. I'll take that.
No, you can have some more.
Oh.
Well, we're sharing it out half and half. There we go.
Is that half? That looks like more than half.
No, because I'm about here.
Oh, that was a lovely cough on the microphone there. Thank you. Right, cheers.
Chin chin. Oh.
Oh god, that takes me back to sixth form. Ugh.
It really does.
Right, anyways.
Anyway.
On to the video. If you have ever been to uni or even visited a friend, you will definitely have come across that kind of chant and those sweet, sweet words.
Yes, you will. And if you have not, then don't you worry, because today we are going to fill you in with everything you need to know about uni.
Including some of our favourite and craziest stories, including nights out and, dramas in the lecture hall.
Ooh, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
But I think we should kick off with freshers, start with uni, start with this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Freshers.
Good place to start.
It is. So,
Right, yeah.
how was freshers for you?
Whoa, mental.
Yeah, it was...
Just a bit mental. I mean, so I suppose you move in on the first day, and so for anyone that doesn't know, Freshers is Freshers Week, which is essentially the first week where you move in, you sort of meet new people, you go out most nights, if not every night, because they put each sort of uni around the country seems to put on sort of an event every single night of Freshers, or during the day as well.
Yeah,
sometimes.
one of ours was like a UV event with glow sticks.
Yeah, we had a foam night. Yeah,
foam night. Yeah,
classic
ones. So basically, you move in, and it's really weird because, like you said, you don't know anyone, but then no one knows anyone.
No.
So you do feel slightly better about that.
Yeah.
And then for me, we sort of a few of us went into the kitchen on the first night, and then we went to a flat downstairs, because usually if you're staying in halls, the flats have group chats.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, oh, we're doing pre's at ours, so come down. So we went down, and then I didn't go out the first night because my parents basically stayed over because it was my mum's birthday the next day, so we were going to go out for dinner anyway. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
But didn't go out the first night, but had to help this girl who'd never drunk before, who had a banana and an apple to eat, and decided to drink a lot of vodka, so basically had to carry her to her room.
Nice. So that's a good first night.
Yeah,
isn't
it was very interesting. But then after that, went out, and it was good.
Yeah, I think I went clubbing on my first night because basically, again, sat in the kitchen for like 20 minutes, really awkward, like no one turned up, and then finally someone turned up, and then it was like all the girls in the flat basically were like, well, they've got this night on, we might as well go to it. It was just a random, I think it was a R&B night or something like that, or drill and bass, I don't know. So they basically were like, well, we might as well go to it. It's first night. Yeah. So yeah, we ended up, and actually I had a similar thing. This girl in our flat. I mean, she said she'd never drunk before, but I think she must have, because the amount that she drank in order to get absolutely razzed off her ass, essentially. Bad time to take a drink there.
It really was.
We had to basically escort her. Well, no, we didn't even end up escorting her home. We escorted her to some of her friends that she'd already made.
Right.
And we're like, here, have her.
Have her.
We're going home.
Well, literally, because there was a few of us who took this person back to her flat, and I, at the time, I'm not dealing with sick or anything like that. No. So I said to the people, like, you can deal with that. I just went and sat with her flat, opened the door. They were watching Gogglebox, I think, and they were like, who are you? And I was like, well, yeah, your flatmate's dying, so I'm just going to come and sit and chill with you for a bit. And they were like, oh, okay then.
Why not? Yeah, you were lucky. You got TVs in your kitchen, shared area. Yeah, we didn't have that. We had a pretty dank, manky accommodation.
I was quite lucky with ours, because ours was built, because the old campus was really old, so they rebuilt it. Literally the first people to stay was the year before me. So only one person just stayed in the room, the kitchen, so
yeah.
it was nice.
I mean, yeah, so like, okay, question then.
Okay.
Would you say that you had good accommodation or bad accommodation?
I had amazing.
In terms of everything involved, like
Yeah.
flatmates, everything.
Yeah, okay, so I think it was good. So the room, everything was really clean, the kitchen was clean. Where it was, you know, right in the middle of campus, so I could literally see the building opposite me, the library was opposite me. My flatmates, they were all lovely people, but we sort of all had our kind of own lives, and some of them didn't really go out. I went out a lot, some of them didn't. Some of them did with their own people, you know. So we all got on, you know, if we went into the kitchen, we'd all talk, and we sometimes would watch TV more to start with. But, you know, felt comfortable living there. They were nice people. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think my accommodation... Just the accommodation, not the people or anything, was pretty dank. It was. I mean, the first thing I had, my toilet flooded in the first week, which was like, and like the smell of like damp carpet was manky. No. The whole room was just manky, basically. But I mean, to be fair, well, I'm based in a London. It's considered a London uni, so all my accommodation is going to be expensive. So I went for the cheapest I could get, which was not the best idea because I ended up in a pretty nasty. I mean, it was all right for the price because I wasn't about to pay like £400 more to be in the modern accommodation. So I mean, it was all right for the price, but at the same time, it was pretty manky, and the kitchen was bloody awful. Like, no.
I mean, price wise, we sort of on campus. I was the cheap one, single bed with an ensuite. They all came with ensuite, and it was either single bed ensuite, double room ensuite, or we had these like. They were still flats, but they were called the townhouses, where 12 people shared, and you shared a bathroom between two, but that was actually the most expensive one. The really, really cheap one was about 40 minutes from the uni. Manky accommodation again, but it was so cheap that no one really wanted to...
be there.
Like, fair enough if you really need that. Yeah, it's perfect.
No,
but, you know, my accommodation that I paid for was on the same level, if not slightly cheaper than most accommodations around the country.
Yeah, I actually think yours was about £200 cheaper than mine, and I would have done anything to stay at your university campus accommodation because that was just nice.
It was nice, yeah. Because you came up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I came to visit.
You came to visit.
Can't leave her by herself.
No, and because you and one of our friends came, and bearing in mind my room was tiny, so I was in bed and you two were squished on the floor like
on like air mattresses.
Next to each other. There's literally nowhere else to go. I'm fairly sure,
like basically from about mid-thigh down. Was underneath your desk.
Underneath my desk, yeah.
Because that's how small I mean, to be fair though, the room was still bigger than mine. Yeah, like, genuinely.
And to get two people, one being a very long person.
Yeah, she's like, what? If I'm 5'5", she must be about 5'8". Yeah, roughly.
So, you know, we got that in, so that was all good.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. we need to go back to freshers.
Yeah,
because we've literally talked about 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
So one big thing that they have in Freshers Week is Freshers Fair. Where you go and sign up to the sports and the societies.
Yeah.
It's great because you just walk around, you meet the people who are already there. I signed up for about 6 or 7 things and only ended up doing 2/3. But yeah, all mine were sports.
All yours were sports? Wow. Yeah. So yours, basically my equivalent at sports fair was at the same time as like everything
it was
else.
All together. I think I signed up for one society, which was the only music thing on, which was like some, I can't even remember what it was, but it never really, nothing came of it.
Right. Yeah. No, so basically how ours was split into 2. So we had the Freshers Fair, which was the societies. And then also just like any other sort of extracurricular things. And then we had the sports fair on a different day. I did sign up for a few societies.
Did you?
Well, it was kind of a bit difficult because I mean, I suppose I'm trying to think when the episodes are coming out, but I'm fairly sure we talk about this in another episode. But basically, both our unis are very diverse.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately for me, being a white person, the societies were very limited for me. Right, to the point where I actually got convinced to join the Swedish society. And it's like, I'm not Swedish at all. I don't even think like
even
I don't know.
past,
even the past, yeah, I don't even know, to be honest. But I suppose we all come from around there at some point, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I got convinced to join that society.
Oh my god.
I think the only other one I joined was the choir society.
Right.
Oh, and I joined big band as well. But unfortunately, both choir and big band rehearsed on Monday nights, which is when rugby was on. So I wasn't gonna sacrifice rugby.
Well, I actually originally signed up for. Sorry.
Yeah,
fiddling with the mic.
Don't do that.
I signed up for football. I was always going to do that. I can't play football to save my life, but just for fun, wanted to try something new. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't till about.
I was trying to put it down really quietly.
It wasn't till about November time or October, November, that I actually started doing rugby as well. Again, not very good at sport, but I like it.
Yeah, why not?
Snow sports one I did as well, because we're quite near Milton Keynes, so they have the big indoor slope which you can do. Mm-hmm. And I would just like to put it out there that my uni is one of 3 in the country that have free sports. So I got to ski for free, use all the equipment for free.
You didn't have to pay anything?
Nothing. No coach travel. The same for football and rugby.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
That's insane.
And, people who did climbing, who had to go somewhere to climb, they didn't have to pay either.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong university.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I paid... so if we're moving on to sort of the sports fair then. Yeah, I think the only sport I signed up for was rugby because it was so expensive. That was literally the reason.
Do you have to pay per...
So you have to pay per sport, but it's not... Basically, it gets cheaper the more you do.
Oh, okay,
so my initial rugby subscription was £140. And then on top of that, if I wanted to do any other sport, it went from £30 extra to £20 extra to £10, basically.
Right, that makes sense,
yeah. Which is just sucks because...
That's awful.
But, like, considering how much we actually got for it was very little.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't get anything new. Like, so basically they were like, oh, it's for new kit, new equipment, coach travel. I mean, we only travelled maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
We didn't get new kit. We actually got the men's old kit, which was pretty manky. Because they got new kit. Shock, yeah. And then also, they never gave us any new equipment. Like, we didn't get any new balls or pads. We just used what we had from the previous year. So...
That's really bad.
I mean, yeah, where did that money go? I don't know.
Yeah, but, So, yeah, I'm very glad we did that. So, anyway...
Does that include the gym? Just quick
no,
question.
We don't have a gym on campus. You have to...
Okay.
They have one that the uni use. So, basically, we're opposite a hospital. And for some reason, there's a gym in the hospital. Yeah, so that was cheaper, and I signed up for it because, we went to the gym together before we went to uni, so I was like, I'll carry that on. But I didn't like the machines because they were different, but I didn't like them at all. So and it was a walk, it was a bit of a walk, so I gave up with that one.
Who wants to walk to the gym?
Yeah, but like a long walk, so...
Oh, okay, I'll forgive you.
I'll be knackered by the time I got there.
As long as it is to the local gym?
From campus, potentially.
Right, yeah,
maybe
that's
a bit
quite far.
short, maybe like 5 minutes shorter, but you had to like also find your way and weave in and out of all the like buildings, and it's just a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Just gave up on that one very quickly.
Fair enough. But anyway, back to we keep getting sidetracked.
We get sidetracked.
There's a lot to talk about. See,
when it comes to uni,
is a huge thing.
But so my freshers fair was 2 days into freshers week.
Right. Okay.
It was on the Monday. I moved in on the Saturday.
Mine was on the Thursday. So Monday was the first day of freshers week, and so mine was on the... Oh no, sorry. Freshers fair was on the Wednesday. Sports fair was on the Thursday.
Right, but yeah, I literally signed up on the Monday, and then the next day went to training.
Oh right, really?
And then we did football training, and then in the evening we went out for like welcome drinks so we could get to know the people who were there. And then the next day had the first sports social.
Oh,
it was that quick.
Very cool.
Oh,
great. Wow. No, I So yeah, I signed up on the Thursday to rugby, if we're talking about sports. And yeah, so Monday was our first training night. And again, so we had the training night on the Monday, and then basically as tour tradition, so I've got it in my head at the moment. Rugby tradition is that we all go out to spoons after training.
That's cute.
The worst part about it though, it was like trench or Wayne.
Rain.
It's the drink. It's making me happy. No, It was torrential rain. That night, so we were freezing cold, and obviously none of us brought trackies because we didn't realise that we were going to be going out or anything.
Right, it just happened.
So, so we literally like all the freshers were huddled in spoons together, like just drinking our drinks. Like we're so cold, and in the end, the seniors were like, right, we're going to call it a day. But just remember to bring extra clothes next week.
Right,
because we're going to go out to spoon.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's nice when they do that because it really helps. Like, you get to know people and it makes you feel quite comfortable very quickly.
Definitely.
Which is good. And then the first social.
Oh, yeah.
The first social. I always remember that.
What was yours?
So ours was zoo animals. I was an idiot as a fresher, right? And I bought this cow shirt because I loved it and I thought, oh my God, it's amazing. And I was like, right, I'm going to rock up. Didn't have anything else. And I was like, right, I'll rock up to social. Because also, you can't gauge if people dress up or not. Like, some clubs go all out and dress up.
Full out, yeah.
Which our club did, but didn't quite know that. And some don't. So I was like, right, I'll stick on a cow shirt, it'll be fine. Got a bit roasted for that.
Yeah,
because they were
not
like
surprised.
Cows in zoos. And I was like, well, they do in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Actually dress to what the theme says.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's because the event that night was a zoo party anyway. So.
Oh right, yeah. So they coordinate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, oh God, the games and the chants and where we basically got a drink deal, 10 drinks for £10.
That's very good.
Yeah, it was a mad night. It was a great night. Everyone was so lovely. And from that night, you already made friends, like good friends.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That's annoying. But yeah.
Ah.
Just for some context, the camera turned off.
Yeah, we're not just being like,
that's annoying.
You're annoying.
You're annoying. No, the camera's turned off. But yeah, it was great first social.
Cool.
Yeah. Right, we've returned the cameras back on. Everything's fine.
Cool.
So, I talked about my first social. Now let's talk about yours.
Yeah.
What was your theme?
So, my theme was bright and tight, or tight and bright. I don't know which way around it's called. Yeah, it was a bit of a interesting one, I suppose.
As your first theme.
As my first theme.
My God.
So basically went full out because I was like, I'm not getting punished for my first social. I actually got an award for the best dressed.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I remember that. My reward was like doing the jelly first. Basically, okay, right. I'll explain my outfit.
Even I have no idea what's...
Okay, so I decided to rock up in one of my mum's old dancing leotards that's bright red. I put a bright pink top over the top of that, and I had bright, like, neon blue shorts on the bottom.
Wow, that's really sexy.
Yep, I was proper bright and tight. And it was tight too. It was like everything was sucked in. I was like, oh no. But so yeah, basically the night was really great. In terms of the jelly, basically they had like a massive plate of jelly, like cubes. And they were obviously jelly shots, but in cubes and all over this plate.
That's cool.
It was like a mound of them. And they had one for the freshers and one for the seniors. And it was a challenge between them who could eat the most jelly.
Okay, yeah.
So my reward for being best dressed was to go first, because obviously people start eating jelly, it's like going to have saliva all over it.
Oh, do you have to do it with your mouths then?
Yeah, you have to have your hands behind your back. And so you had to like, you know. So yeah, my reward was going first, so I didn't have to like share saliva with everybody.
I mean, when we had a mix. I'm gonna have to do that out. And
yeah, that's fine.
And a nice mix. And before we started matches, it was best dress, worst dress. So you had a nice little drink, and then you had a nasty drink.
Yeah.
And then when matches started, it was of the day.
Yeah, of the day.
And man of the match. That was it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. We have those as well. But yeah, no, socials are fun.
Yeah, and then so you have your social sort of with your team, play games and stuff, and then usually go to clubs. The club, the SU club in the evening.
Yeah.
It's basically in the morning, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
to be honest. Yeah, when was sort of like, did you do prees or anything?
Well, so our social started at 8, and we'd do all the games, and then by I think about 11, we'd go to this little club called Fever.
Right.
Love that.
Is that the
place.
one I went?
No. And at some point this stopped, but we used to get a free bottle of sours to share. So we'd be in this little bit pouring them, and then we'd then move on at about 11:30, 12ish to the main SU club where all the sports teams go, all in their weird ass outfits.
Yeah. No, we don't have that so much, but we basically pre'd at a house, and that was another thing. Like freshers had to do pre's, so we took it in turns. So if we were in flats or accommodation on campus, then you'd have to use your flat as pre's, or we'd go to a house because some freshers were in houses, or if obviously someone couldn't do it for whatever reason, then we'd go to a senior house. But so again, we'd I think we started at 9. I don't think we started at 8. Although I can't remember, it's been so long. But I think we started at 9, and then we'd till about 11:30. Okay. And then we'd make the trek to campus to go to the uni. We called it the Forum. That's our local club. Which actually is just a massive tech hall, essentially.
Yeah. To be fair though, your pre's was your kind of social.
Basically our socials, yeah.
And ours was just in a student bar, rather than someone's house, just because.
Yeah, we did all the punishments and all that at the pre's.
Yeah, that's what we did.
The clubbing was just the end part.
Yeah, literally. I love socials so much.
Yeah, they're great. I miss them a lot.
Best night of my life. Definitely. Wednesday nights.
And
then Thursdays, my drama was I had a 9 a.m, right? But
same.
It was on the old campus, so I had to get a bus there. So I'd have to wake up at 8. Bearing in mind, I probably didn't get until 5, 6-ish.
Yeah. If clubs closed at 4.
Yeah.
I don't know about yours, but mine closed at 4.
And then to get on that bus and perform for 4 hours.
Ooh, performance. No. Yeah, I was the same. I had 9 a.m, had to get the bus to... hilariously, I was to the new campus.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the bus and going, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up. On repeat in my mind was just... Especially because they're not nice with socials. They're like,
oh no,
if you get punished, you're getting punished.
And also, regardless of whether you get punished or not, you will be absolutely off your face every Wednesday.
Every time. Unless you specifically choose not to drink, and then it's just who does that? I did that a couple of times, but
I mean, it's really weird when our deal was literally 2 pints of cider, 4 doubles, I think, or 4 singles, and then 2 VKs or something like that.
Oh, nice.
When you think about it, it's not actually that much alcohol,
no.
But it's the way you're downing it, and then we'd have obstacle courses, so you'd have to down something, do some spins, do some star jumps, and the speed that you were drinking them and what you were doing with them.
Dog's barking.
Oh, well, you too.
Continue. I'm sure he'll stop. Apologies, viewers.
Yeah, you've gone within a few hours.
Yeah. So we didn't have any drinks still because obviously we were at houses. But my go-to sort of social night drink is I'd buy a bottle of white wine, just the cheap stuff from Aldi, non-branded stuff that I could get. I think I got it for £2. That's how cheap it was. So it's the proper shit, basically. And then I'd get myself 4 cans of beer or cider. It would either be Stella. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, wife beater.
Stella.
Literally. The Stella, or I'd get 4 cans of, Strongbow, literally. And so basically, I'd at my own place, as in by myself, I'd drink a whole bottle of wine sort of in the hour leading up to where I was getting dressed, I was getting ready.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I'd had a couple friends over at mine where we'd all get ready together. But that was my pre-drink, is a bottle of wine.
Right.
And then when I got to pre's, obviously I'd be a little bit loopy.
Already, yeah.
And then I'd slowly drink my 4 cans before I went to the club.
Yeah.
And then by that point, I'd normally be all right and I didn't need anything else.
That was the thing. Spent £10 in the bar, got absolutely smashed. Most of the time in the clubs didn't buy another drink, so it'd just be £10 that night and that'd be it.
Yeah.
Which was great.
I think the only thing I ever did buy was at the beginning, sort of so Freshers Week definitely bought things. Because obviously was a bit confused with how much I should be drinking. Kind of thing.
Yeah. It's a gauge.
Yeah, I think the only thing really I bought extra would be VKs. But second you got in there, you go and get... What was your favourite colour?
Well, I originally got the blue ones, but I now can't drink them because I find them vile.
Really?
Yeah. Orange ones, and then the tropical ones I kind of had a little bit, but it was very pineapple-y, and I'm not a massive fan of pineapple juice.
Right.
But now it's sort of then moved on to the strawberry and lime.
Right, yeah.
But drinking them, because you'd be drunk by then, so you'd taste them and you'd be like, oh, this is amazing.
It tastes great, yeah.
Sober, VKs are
just gross. Yeah.
They're the most disgusting.
Yeah, I had to admit I'm a sucker for a blue VK. I don't mind the red ones, but I sometimes think they can be a little bit sweet.
They can be a bit sweet. You don't want many.
No.
I used to buy 2 red ones and 1 orange one.
Right, I've never actually had an orange one.
Really?
No.
Oh, because they usually had deals like 3 for £5.
Yeah,
which is decent, yeah.
And then the only other thing is, did I say sours? I probably said sours.
Oh, did you buy sours?
Yeah, so like they had a deal that was like you could get 7 sours for £5.
Wow.
So it's like you just had them all lined up. They'd like line them up in a row, and you'd just be like, off you go.
Oh my god.
Not that sours do much, but it was just added taste, wasn't it? It was get the cotton mouth.
Oh, and then there were Jaegers, but I absolutely hate Jaegers.
Oh my god, yeah. Why? What is the thing? I mean, we're in agreement with this. Yeah. But like, what is it about when you're drunk and people go, let's do Jaeger shot or Jaeger bombs, and everyone's like, and we're like, and then the next day you're like, I can't believe I did Jaeger.
But even the second drinking it. That was it. That was another part of our deal. We had a Jaeger as well, and you used to do the obstacle course and then run down the Jaeger
No.
I honestly,
if I have Jaeger, I will throw up. That's just the rule.
I can't drink it anymore.
That is the rule.
I literally can't. Vile. But obviously our first year was cut very short because of COVID.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a proper social in probably about a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
So can't remember when this episode's coming out, but basically by September, once we start doing socials again, I don't think we'll be able to hack it.
Oh no. I mean, can you imagine trying to drink the amount that we used to drink?
In the short amount of time and the quick.
I mean, just the idea of white wine makes me want to throw up.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what it is about the drinks where I am. They're great because they're cheap, but when people say cheap and nasty, oh my god.
It is accurate.
They're nasty.
Yeah. Oh, don't.
But it's all good fun.
Oh yeah,
it's great fun.
You know, you wouldn't go out and do it every week if it wasn't fun, would you?
It's like we said, best night of the week socials are.
Was there any punishment that you remember that was like really, really bad?
Punishment wise, I don't think there was anything that bad. The one thing that sticks out in my mind, I had to eat, and it makes me want to die now, mushrooms, which are my all-time worst food. Like they make me soaked in tequila.
Oh god, why?
No.
Just why?
Exactly why. It was the most disgusting thing.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm assuming you would have had to do something similar.
Yeah, basically, we... I mean, there's loads of punishments I could talk about, but I suppose one of the worst ones in terms of like drinking something or food-based things is we basically have this thing at the end of sort of every semester. I won't go into too much detail just because I know that my seniors will probably get a bit annoyed about me spilling the secrets. No coaching here. But basically it's where they call you out on all the stuff that you've done either badly or wrong throughout the year.
Right, yeah.
And you get called up to the front, and it's like everybody gets called up to the front if they've done this thing, and then we all go sit back down, and then they bring up another thing, and we all get called up. So like I ended up going up about 3 or 4 times. I think it was actually more than that, but you know.
Yeah.
And the punishment is they make basically a drink or whatever you call it mix, where it's. Well, the worst part about it was we just had Christmas dinner together. So it was all the leftovers of Christmas dinner mixed into this drink of beer, wine, and like some spirits.
Oh my god, that's vile.
Yeah, it was pretty manky. So like we had Brussels sprouts, like all the vegetables that you get at Christmas dinner. So Brussels sprouts, swede, carrot, everything. Then you had chicken because we didn't have turkey because not everyone liked turkey. So we had chicken.
Yeah, fairs.
So we had chicken in it. We had potatoes in it. We had gravy in it.
Oh no, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it was pretty manky actually. And imagine having to do it like 4 or 5 times. I do actually think it was a couple more times than that, but
awful.
Maybe that's just like my mind being like, this was so bad, you did it this many times.
Yeah.
But that was
it's disgusting when you think about it, but when it's all said and done at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm a senior now, so I get to do that to someone else. I mean, seniors still get punished as well for the same things, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, all good fun. So I think we both would highly recommend joining I mean, if we haven't convinced you in our amazing stories.
Yeah, basically.
No, it is great though, and would thoroughly encourage anyone, even if they're not good at sport, because I'm terrible at them, join a sport.
She is terrible at them.
Yeah. Because you're like a family. You become a little family, and it's really cute. And
especially like if there's lots of freshers of you. Yeah. Like, you will just knit together, because obviously the seniors are all picking on you basically. Yeah. So you've got to stick with someone, and so you end up with all the freshers together, and you become a little group.
Ours is quite good because we were very integrated from the start with our seniors are called vets.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just great.
It's just good.
I mean,
do it.
Definitely has made our experience
better.
What it is.
Yeah, to be honest, there's to the point where I don't think I'd still be at uni if I hadn't joined rugby, because I was not enjoying the uni side of things at all.
Yeah.
It was only the fact that I was really enjoying rugby, that I ended up staying on. So
I think I'd just be bored, and I wouldn't have that many friends if I hadn't.
Oh yeah, I had literally no friends.
Like my closest friends are from football.
Yeah, my closest friends are from rugby.
Yeah. So do it, join a sport or society, because they have the same sort of thing.
Uni, and especially the first week, is always tough for everyone.
It is, but you have to remember, everyone is in the same boat. No one knows anyone, no one knows how to properly live on their own.
No, yeah.
And sometimes you're left wondering, did I make the right choice?
Yeah, that's right. And, it's amazing how quickly you do end up sort of getting used to it.
Yeah. You sort of settle in very quickly, and then you're kind of, when you go home for the weekend, it's weird.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and that brings us to the end of the show.
It does, but before we go, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give yourself in uni?
I think I'd say get more involved in everything. Like, don't take it for granted at the time, and don't be too lazy as well, because sometimes like certain people from like the rugby team would organise like mini golf or a meal out or something, and I'd be like, most of them are seniors and I don't really get on with them like as closely as I do with other people. So I missed out, whereas actually I should have just gone, because at the end of the day we're all on a team and we all do get on. And I do sort of like, looking back at it now, I'm like, God, I wish I'd gone. Yeah. Just because, why not?
Yeah, fair enough.
But anyway, what about you?
I mean, mine's quite similar. I mean, I think, Freshers Week was only yesterday, and now we're both going into our third year. Yeah. It's gone so quickly, and I mean, obviously COVID didn't help.
Yeah, definitely.
But my advice would be to, sort of like yours, just do everything. Take all the opportunities, whether that's on your course, whether that's through socials, through sport. Just do everything, because it goes so quick and you need to make the most of it, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
We will definitely be revisiting uni at some point in the future. We've only touched the surface. There's so much to talk about. We haven't even talked about our courses yet.
That's right. But for now, make sure to catch us on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and any other podcasting platform we deem necessary.
That's right. Our next episode is out on Thursday, so find us on there. And follow us on social media at Pip and Izzy, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere really. Just search our name and we'll be there. Make sure to send us any questions you might have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, Izzy, before we go, I feel like it's necessary.
Oh, you didn't.
I did. Enjoy. Chin chin.
Well, cheers to you all.
See you next week.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Wow.